If you're a heating, air conditioning technician, plumbing, or an electrician, how do you work through somebody who wants to work on their own equipment and created some damages? This is a fantastic question. I'm Scott Silverbell, coming to you live for HVAC Technician Sales Secrets on a perfect day to talk about sales and business, and a fantastic day to talk about you. Okay, busy season, slow season, it doesn't matter. You are always going to find somebody who wants to try it first on their own. And you know what? Congratulations, right? So somebody's like, hey, I think I could probably do this on my own. I'm going to at least try. Like in our minds, we should be like, that's freaking awesome. I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. It sucks you couldn't do it. So now I'm going to step in and we're going to fix a few things. So first, foremost, don't get mad. Go, hey, I probably would have tried to do the same thing. Most heating and air conditioning technicians tend to work on their own vehicles, tend to do things around their house. You can't get mad for somebody doing what you tend to do. Number two, you got to be patient, right? Because they're flustered. They were trying to save some money. In their mind, they're like, I've already spent money. So I've already spent money. And now I got to call you out. Now there's a dispatch fee. And now you're going to have markup on your pricing, right? You're going to have a little bit of pushback against you, not for anything that you did, just out of like, I'm worried about how much I'm going to spend. Number three, prepare that they probably made the problem worse. I can't think of how many times I went out to a home where somebody did not turn the furnace or the air handler off, and they went to go change a thermostat and they blew a circuit board, right? They made the problem worse. They started with a $100 thermostat from the big box store and like, yay, I did something really cool. And they're expecting a high five. And they're like, boo, I just blew out a $1,000 circuit board, okay? So congratulations, your new thermostat works. I'm sorry, though, that you blew out a circuit board. So be aware that they may have made the problem worse. And this is where being patient comes in to say, hey, I get it. I probably would have done the same thing. That's a perfect word track. I completely understand. Hey, in my life, I try to do the same things too. Build some rapport. Have some conversation with them. But be aware that like that person was just trying to save a couple of bucks. So what? We all do it. You change your own oil? Right? You change some parts on your car, your starter, right? You do the same thing. It's not that big of a deal. Now, here's the thing. If you want to be better at sales, you want to be good at what you do, you should absolutely join my email publication, hvactechsecrets.com. I'll give you the goods, not in the Facebook group, not in the YouTube channel. It's an email publication. You get emails from me, and sometimes I sell stuff, okay? So you're probably going to need a little bit more time than normal. If your average call is 90 minutes, it's probably going to take you 2 hours. Just be aware there's some like, everything's going to be okay. I know you're trying not to spend money. We're going to do everything that we can to help you out. Be willing to show them what's wrong, right? I should have told you there's 7 steps here. I think we're on number 5. Be willing to show them what's wrong. You know, they're probably going to be curious. Where did I screw up? What did I, you know, that red wire that you touched to the other wire, to the green one or to the white one, you know, that's what triggered the issue. That's what caused the problem. That's what blew out the motor. That's what took out the circuit board. That's what took out your zone board. Hey, like for the future, if you're ever going to do this again, first unplug the furnace or pull the disconnect out of the air handler. That way you don't cause these problems. This is where you start, right? Put an inline fuse. They're only 3 amps. They're like, no big deal. No big problem. And then number 6, be prepared with them to be upset about the price. They know what a circuit board costs. So let's say they went online and they found a circuit board for $180 and you charge $1,000 to put it in. I don't know where you're at. I don't know your numbers. They're going to be like, you want $800 to put in a board that I bought for $180? They're going to get upset about price. Just, it's part of the gig. It's part of what you do. Okay. And then number 7, do your job and do it right. I can think of a time about 8 miles this way. This guy called and he said, hey, I need you to come out for a demand service. Okay, cool. Go out there. And he's got an older unit. No problem. And the circuit board's bad. So I tell him, this back in the day, like 2008, circuit board for the company I was at was a level 6. It was $636 plus $79.95 for a dispatch fee. So he's like, what if I buy the board? I'm like, nobody's ever asked me that. So I call the office and they're like, okay, here's what it'd be for me to put the board in. So I think we charge him like $200 to put the board in. Okay. So the dude's doing an LLMS. Look over my shoulder. He's watching me the entire time. Now, remember, 2008, 2009, 2010, cell phones did not look like this. They were not smartphones. They were dumb phones. They were flip phones. And so, you know, you could take a picture with a new phone or a tablet. Back then, you had to like go either take wire by wire or put some blue tape on there and say what the wire was. And the dude was pissed. He's like, I could have done this, but you didn't, right? You didn't. You didn't take the opportunity. You didn't try. You can't be mad at me because you supplied the circuit board. You supplied the part. I don't want to be the one that fries it. So the direction that I went was like, hey, cool. You got me your own part, your own piece, but I'm going to make sure that I don't break it, because if it broke under my control and we bought it from the manufacturer, they would give us a new one. I don't have that capability. I'd have to go out and buy a new one, right? So you could always explain, here is what it's going to take. You supply the part. If it fails, it's not on me. So people would always ask, hey, if I go out and buy a heat pump or a condenser or a coil or a package unit and I supply it, what would it be for you to put it in? Whatever price it is for me to do the work to begin with, because we've got an agreement with the manufacturers. If they send us a bad part, we automatically get a new one. We ship the old one back. If you have something shipped to you and it doesn't work, the problem is we don't have that same agreement. So if someone says, hey, Scott, I tried to do this on my own, first, remember, congratulate the person, whatever your name happens to be. Second, be patient. 3, have some fun. But know that this is a normal thing, and moving into the future, it's not ever going to stop. You got one of 3 things to do from here. Just one of 3. Find the subscribe button. Click on it. Every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, you know what you got to do. Share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.